Okay, I always start above the strings, the straps, adjustable straps, so at least you can pull it when you need to make it tighter. If you sew into that, it's no way of doing it. You already sewed it down. And I always double it the very first time, then not go through it 2 times, and then you just go through the, do not go through the net, always go under. I'm sorry, not the net, I mean the weft. Always go under, because you don't want any shedding. And you can lock it as you go. I'm trying to go a little slow so you guys can see what I'm doing. See? Lock it as you go. Locked. See, just go around it and under, in between the hair. See, like that, and through. Then it's gonna lock just like that. Hope I'm going slow enough. If I'm not, you guys let me know, and I'll try to do another one over, because I always do wigs. And I always go all the way over here to the side. See, and then I always do the fold over method. That's just the way that I do, even my weaves, I always do that. Okay, I'm coming in close so I can show you guys the fold over method. See, you take your track like this and you fold it just like that. Make sure that it's flat the very first time. I always just, at the very tip part of it, I always go just like that. And make sure that you continue to hold it and go through that one little piece. You have to go through that one little piece at least 2 times to make sure that it's really flat. Just like that. Because you don't want it to not be flat. See, you want that to hold and be flat. Because if not, you're going to have a thick piece of hair right there. You don't want that, or feel the bulkiness of a track. And then you always go under the weft. And then just continue to sew. And lock as you go. See? There we go. Then take it through one of these holes. Go like that. And it should lock as you go along. Never go through the weft again. I keep saying that. I can't stress that enough, because it's very important that you do not go through your weft. I know on the side sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I lock my when I do the fold over method, I do sometimes go through the top of the weft so it can stay there and be tight and flat. But that's just something that I do. And I always take it all the way to the end, because I want it to be as natural as possible. And a lot of people, they leave this part right here out. I don't do that. I sew to right here, because I already did my doll head and fixed it so it can be the size of mine, or natural head size. So I don't leave this out, because if you do, you're gonna see this part. I don't think that's cute. When your hair blow in the wind, where you gonna put that little piece at? What's the point of that? So I sew all that right there, because I like my wig to be as natural as possible. But I do not sew the what am I trying to say, the adjustable part of it.
I got the point. You got
Okay, this is the end result of my wig that you see me making. This is the end result of it. I did put a couple of body waves in here so that it can be, you know, I like the little loose wave look and I like the length. So yeah, this is the end result of this wig. I did, you know, it was already highlighted, but I did highlight the hair previously to put it on the doll head. And also the closure right here is a very realistic looking closure. I will have the person that I got this closure from down below, because as you can see, it's so natural. It's silk based. And I did, when you see me sewing, I'm not sure if you was actually able to see it, but at the beginning of the video I had the closure already on the doll head before I started sewing the bottom part of it. Before you see me sewing my first track, the closure was already sewed onto the doll head. But the reason why I didn't show it, because I figured that you guys already knew how to, or already seen that part like 1,000 times with people sewing on the closure. But if you guys need me or want me to do a video showing it from the beginning part, I will. But I just figured that you guys probably didn't want to see that part of it. So anyway, this is the end result. And these are, as you can see, I did sew to the very end part right here. Like I said before, I did sew to the end part right there. So you know, just in case it blow, you won't see a big old flap right there. I do not like that. And again, also I love this wig. I love the length and everything. It's so like, just, I love the length and everything, the little body curls and the parts of the side. But you know, I can change up my part if I want to. But lastly, the back part of it, I'm not sure if I said it, but you do sew above the elastic part of it. I just wanted to make sure that I said that. Make sure that your first track goes above the elastic part of it. Don't sew into the adjustable straps, because then you won't be able to adjust it if you need to do so. And also you know how it's a flap in the back. I will show another video showing exactly what I'm talking about. But you know how it's a flap in the back of the what am I trying to say, weaving cap. That flap right there, of course, is under the adjustable straps, so you can go above it. And when you go above it, just sew your whole wig up and sew it to the end and do the flip over, the fold over method. I did try to go up close to show you guys how to do that. So you're going to do that, and at the end, if I know that flap is like, oh my goodness, so if you want to, at the end part, at the end of sewing up all your wig, you can fold it in and then just sew it under, you know. But just do not sew into that adjustable strap no matter what you do, because it's useless now. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to tighten up your wig if you want to? So don't do that. And as you can see, my wig is really secure because I did, and I don't have anything in my wig, no bobby pins or anything, but sometimes I do put bobby pins in there just in case, you know. I always do that. But another thing I want to say was, I did here we go. I did do my doll hair right here, so it is the size of mine, the size of my head. What I did with this was I used tape, clear tape, I guess it's packing tape, and I used some napkins or whatever, because I used to do it with like bags, but I seen I was using too many bags stuffing it in there. You can also, if you don't have napkins, you can use an old sock or something like that and just, you know, measure it from around right here. So you take the measure tape around and measure right there, and then you go from side to side, and then you go from front to back, and then that's how you do it. And you can put a sock in there also, put a sock, but don't too much. You might have to lay, you know, don't do too much up here, because of course your head is not, you know, but just measure it however, whatever your whatever your measurements are, that's how you do it. But that's how I did mine. I did mine with napkins because that's all I had. I didn't have anything else at the time. So yeah, so my wig fits my hair really well, and I hope you guys like the video. If you need any further information or need to know about something or anything like that, please just list all your comments down below. I will respond to them. And if you need a more in-depth video, you can let me know about that one also. I just didn't know if you guys wanted that. I didn't want to, you know, do too much, but just let me know. And I will list where I got this closure from also, because on all my wigs I do I get my closure from the same person, because her closures are the most realistic looking closures. So again, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for tuning into my channel. I am Shabray. Peace out.